Which of the following elements is the most essential to include when recording a specific entry in an organization's risk register? Option A, thresholds for risk tolerance. Option B, calculated level of risk impact. Option C, identification of the accountable individual. Option D, organizational risk appetite. All right, students, the key phrase here is most essential. Let's look through each option. Option A, thresholds for risk tolerance, is a good component, but it's not always present. Option B, calculated level of risk impact. This is fundamental. When recording a risk, we need to understand how much of an impact it has. Option C, identification of the accountable individual. This is also important, but the risk register will also include other individuals. Option D, organizational risk appetite. This is more of a strategic document, not necessarily detailed for each specific entry. So the best answer here is B, calculated level of risk impact. It's essential to include a fundamental understanding of the risk.
To understand this, consider the function of a risk register within an organization. It acts as a central repository meant for documenting potential threats to business objectives. The question asks us to identify the single most fundamental component for every entry. We are looking for the specific element that transforms a static observation into an active part of the risk management process, ensuring that the register serves a practical operational purpose.
I believe the correct answer is option C, identification of the accountable individual. In my view, this is the most essential requirement because without an assigned owner, there's no one responsible for monitoring the risk, executing treatment plans, or ensuring the situation remains within acceptable limits. Accountability is what makes the management process actionable.
As for the other choices, while the calculated level of risk impact is certainly critical for prioritizing which risks to address first, it is secondary to the assignment of ownership. Similarly, risk appetite and tolerance thresholds are essential strategic elements defined at the policy level. However, they are not operational details required for every individual risk record itself.
For your exam, always remember that accountability is the primary driver of effective risk management. When you see questions regarding the most vital element of a registry or plan, focus on who is responsible for the follow-through. Assigning ownership is the only way to ensure that risks are actively managed rather than just listed.